My next guest wears multiple hats. He's a television presenter, a radio presenter on Good Hope FM, a social entrepreneur, and the CEO of Special Effects Media South Africa. His name is Danilo Acquisto, and he joins me today on the Heavy Chef Hot Seat. Danilo, welcome back to Heavy Chef.
Thank you. I always love this platform. You guys do amazing work. I'm excited to be here.
Now, your accolades are phenomenal. And now you are also into social entrepreneurship. And you're the CEO of Special Effects Media South Africa. What does your business specialize in?
So our company are YouTube specialists. We absolutely love everything in digital video. We help brands and creators grow on the platform, and we have this big love for helping corporates and creators speak their story and tell their narrative through video.
Now, somewhere in the world right now, somebody is busy patiently waiting for their YouTube video to load, okay? Because YouTube is a sensation.
Yeah.
Is there money to be made out of having a YouTube channel?
So the short and tall is, the short and long of it, is that it's yes and no. YouTube as a platform has got amazing opportunities for monetization, whether it be through adverts that play on your content, like your usual sort of AdWords, media buying, or you can obviously have paid promotions where brands pay you to produce content on your platforms. Now, the tricky scenario is that no, there's no money to be made right now, and I think that's the first answer I need to make clear, because a lot of creators and brands want to start channels and have 1 million subscribers by tomorrow, and I don't think it happens that way. A YouTube audience is built over time, over long periods of trust and consistent content release, and I think YouTube are really starting to acknowledge and reward those channels that produce consistently. And I think, so there's no money to be made right now if you want to start immediately, but in the long run, yes, there is money to be made. The creators in South Africa that are earning just from their AdSense revenue like almost about 10,000 Rand a month.
Wow.
That's just from the AdSense, and then from the branded campaigns a lot more than that. So you can obviously start making revenue. It's just about how committed you're going to be.
Are there people who are kind of doing it right in terms of SA influencers that you can think of at the top of your head?
So a lot of the creators in South Africa who are producing content are doing it right. I just think it is difficult. We've got a starvation mentality, I think, in South Africa, especially with content creators on YouTube, because there are massive international audiences that are consuming millions, that have millions of subscribers internationally. And to try and compete with that in a local market is difficult. We have data barriers, we have a whole bunch of other barriers to entry for creators to produce content that audiences love to watch. And so our creators are doing it right, they're just not being fed enough, and I think that's the difficult thing. So we have creators that are upwards of sort of 35, 40,000 subscribers, and I consider them to be the consistent, really good followed creators. Those who have sort of 100,000 and beyond mostly don't have South African audiences as a subscriber base. So we look at the sort of Suzelle DIYs, what they did really, really well was they took helpful content, which people are looking for on the internet, and made it entertaining as well. So finding that really good balance between help and entertainment, I think those are really good values to keep. Then there's obviously people like Casper Lee, who decided he was going to take the South African audience and go international. And what he did was he collaborated with a whole bunch of really big YouTubers overseas and built that audience. But I'm more proud of the South African creators that have remained with their South African audiences. I'm thinking of people like sort of Nadia Jafta, Cynthia Gwebu, Yolanda Jawe, the Microwave Boys before they broke up. We're looking at sort of pop culture, the A1, all these creators who are producing incredible content for South African audiences. I think I really applaud them. They are doing it right. They're producing consistently. I still have to fight with them quite often about that consistency. But I think some of them are doing it right. They just now need more support.
So you mentioned consistency. Is that a video weekly, or how many times a day or how many times a week is consistency?
So our thought is consistency is consistent. It doesn't matter whether it's once a week or once a month or once a year, do it consistently. But I think the bare minimum that I'd advise any corporate or creator who wants to produce a YouTube channel is once a week is the minimum. I'd say if you're not going to produce once a week, your trajectory for growth is going to be slower. If you can produce daily, it'll be faster. If you can produce monthly, it'll be much slower. But growth will happen through consistency, whatever that consistency might mean for you.
Now, business owners are also hopping onto the YouTube bandwagon. In terms of them putting out content as well, what is the strategy that they should probably follow to get a good following?
This is what I'm quite passionate about, is helping corporates see that YouTube is not, first of all, a dumping ground for advertising, but second of all, it's not just an entertainment platform as well. I think corporates are scared to play there because they're like, well, I'm not a YouTuber, I don't want to vlog, I'm a corporate bank, or I'm somebody who's got a serious business, I'm a B2B company.
Yeah.
YouTube is really powerful from the SEO perspective, and I think that that's what people forget. It's owned by Google, it's the second biggest search engine in the world in terms of consumption. People are looking for content continuously on there, and if you don't have the right kind of content on there, it's not being SEO'd correctly, you won't find the content. If you work anywhere in Europe and you Google anything, the first page and a half of content is video, and so having a video presence is just important for your business regardless of what you do, first of all. Second of all, in terms of the kind of content you produce, I'd say there are three main categories of content that anybody, whether you're a brand or an individual, should produce. They're hero, hub, and help content. Okay. So these are the three most popular pieces of content on YouTube. Hero is like that once in a lifetime, you only do it sort of once a quarter, maybe even once a year for yourself, which is something that draws new audiences in. It's a wow piece of content. It might be a piece of advertising you've produced, an advert you spent lots of money on, or it's a really great concept that you've developed. Think there of the sort of Red Bull ad where they got that guy to skydive from the elitosphere, whatever it is. Something like that would be considered a hero piece of content, something that draws shareable, that draws new audiences in. Second one is this hub piece of content. What are people going to stay subscribed for? What is the thing that they know you for? So if you are a brand that, for instance, does product reviews or something, you've got a tech brand and you want to teach people about your product regularly, are you doing regular product reviews on your platform that people can keep returning to for more and more information? The third would be this help content. Now this is where the search engine becomes really valuable. How to? I keep bringing this example up because I still have not seen a financial institution do it yet, but why are you not teaching us what Prime means? I think it's such a complex scenario in the world of business and finances. Break down difficult topics for the consumer so that if they're looking for how to get a loan, how to register, what does Prime mean, all that kind of stuff. If you can break those concepts down for consumers in very helpful pieces of information, you can embed that in newsletters, you can embed it on the website, you can share it on social media when people are asking you questions, your call center can refer to it, it lives on your channel, it's evergreen. And so I think those three categories are where brands can go right.
And for budding YouTubers, do you have any words of wisdom for them who want to create a YouTube channel but they just don't know how?
So I'd say it's going to be hard work, and I think expect that. Expect it to be hard work. Keep your day job. I don't think it's wise for any entrepreneur to not necessarily, to ditch whatever they're doing now and I'm a full-time, entrepreneur. Start investing your time and energy into something else, but stay up late, spend lots of time on it. And I think the big advice I have for them is be consistent. If you are going to plan a YouTube channel, think about consistency. But I think the biggest thing in South Africa is this lack of creativity. I feel very disappointed by the amount of creators who come to us and want to be beauty vloggers, or they want to be travel vloggers, or they want to do what everyone else is already doing. And I know that it's exciting because you've seen somebody else make success and you want to replicate that success. And it might be a field of expertise of yours, but there really is a need for us to stand out from the crowd. Do something different. Take whatever. If it is beauty, fuse it with another passion of yours. If you're into sport, do sports beauty. I don't know. Just bring something new to the table of content in South Africa. Stop seeing the beauty vloggers as like an industry and then going for the beauty vlogger thing, because you can only grow to a ceiling. Find a new path to sort of create for yourself. I think that'll be my biggest advice. I really am just looking and I'm hungry to find channels of people who are just themselves and are doing something just unique.
Now, Danilo, how does Special Effects Media South Africa help corporate companies?
So I think often our brands come to us and they start with something small. They say hey, I want to play in the space of video, but I don't know how. And I don't have lots of money either. I think that's one of the big barriers to entry. And we can help them find really cost-effective means to produce high-quality video for themselves and really play in that space first. Once they've got these video assets, we start looking at about how do we distribute these assets with you. We start looking at whether it's worth building a platform for you. We start looking at whether you want to maybe work with some influencers as opposed to producing your own content. And so often brands come to us and say, I just want a presence on this platform, or I want to work with an influencer, or I want to produce content, I just don't know how. And we play a really good sort of middleman in that space, helping you connect with the right kinds of content producers, the right kinds of influencers, analytical reports, content strategies, because why would you not come to the people who know the platform the best if you want to build a platform there? So corporates come to us, we go to corporates and we try and teach them about how to tell their stories through video.
It's incredible. Danilo, thank you so much for joining me today.
Pleasure.
So insightful.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, there you have it. You heard it here first from Heavy Chef. That was Danilo Acquisto telling us the ins and outs of YouTube. To find out more about our learning experiences or our events, simply hop onto www.heavychef.com.